Alright, so I'm going to try the best. This is the first time I've ever made a video, so hopefully by the end you'll kind of have an idea of how to make it in PowerPoint. I'm just going to go ahead and let you know that my fonts are already pre-downloaded. I have a lot of fonts, extra fonts on here, and so if you don't know how to download those extra fonts, just Google it, and there's a ton of free fonts out there that you can download and use in PowerPoint or Word. So let's get started. So you make a text box out of your Home tab. It's the text box tool, and you'll just make it as big as you want. And I'm just gonna make up something. So this is my first one, and I'll just make this kind of big. And then I'm going to choose a really pretty font that I, might like. Well, say maybe I want photography a little bit smaller. I don't want it the same size. So I'm going to do another text box. And I will do that. I know I spelled that wrong. I'm trying to do it just one-handed. Come on. Oh, jeez. My computer's ancient, so just bear with me. And I'm doing this on my phone. Okay, so photography. There we go. So I'm going to select that, and I'll just choose the same font. And I just won't make it quite as big. Like if you're pretty familiar with Word and PowerPoint, you can play around with it, figure out what you like. You can also do pictures, as long as it has a transparent background, or if you find one that you really like that does not have a transparent background, you can do that in Word as well. But this one I've already typed in like cute arrow fonts, and you can always type in transparent, and sometimes it'll pull up one that has a transparent background, and you know that it's transparent because it's got that the box kind of thing behind it. So you'll right click and then hit copy image, and then go back into PowerPoint, and then right click, or you can do Control V. So for some reason it's done that. So we're going to have to change it into a transparent background anyway. So you'll go into Picture Tools and then remove background. And the area that's purple is not the part of it that is you won't be able to see that. So you'll have to play around with it until you find what works and what doesn't work. It's a process. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. Make it a little bit further. Okay, so that's pretty good. So you'll click on Keep Changes, and then you'll have to resize it, to make it fit. It's a creative tool, and then just like with everything, it takes a little bit of practice. And then see how it's kind of in front of your font. You'll just send backwards until your font is in front of it. So that looks okay. So now you'll go back to Home. And then, well, before that, if it's a dark background, you're going to, or a darker picture, you're going to want to change it to a white font. So when you find something you like, just change it to white. It's still there, trust me. And then you'll go to Select All. And see how it's got boxes around all of your objects. And then you'll come over to where you see the 4 arrow. Right click. Save as picture. And then it'll pull up, a place for you to save it. And then, title it something that you can remember. I'm just going to put WM for watermark. And then sometimes if you save a black font for your lighter pictures and a white font for your darker pictures, always put what color font is behind it. But that's just because I'm OCD. So you save it, and you'll save it as a PNG. And I've already have that one, but I didn't use it, so I'm just going to say yes. So then you'll go into Lightroom, and then you'll edit watermarks. And then it'll pull up, and then you'll hit graphic. And I'm sure you already know how to do this, but you'll go into and if for some reason it's still saving it as a dark one, I'm not quite sure why, but just play around with it. It's probably my Lightroom wanting to be a butt, but you can kind of see the arrows there, and if I did a lighter picture, for instance, let's see, if I had a lighter image to work with, it would show up and you would be able to see it. Let me see if I can find one. Sorry, my phone keeps going out of focus. Alright, we'll choose this one. My sweet son. Alright, let's go back in. So you'll go to edit, and then edit watermark, graphic, and you'll pick your graphic, and then let's just say we'll put it up at the top. Alright, so you can see it there. And then when you go to export your, then you have to save it as, you'll save it as, whatever title you want to save it as. So that way when you go to export your pictures, you'll know that title, and that's the one that you want. Okay? Well, hope you have a good afternoon or good evening. I hope this helps out. All right, thanks.